In the last video, RP said we've been doing an awesome job. Let's look and see exactly how awesome of a job we've actually been doing. On the screen now, we have an Excel, which is a little different from the normal on this channel, but I want to break down all the trades that we've taken so far on the Telegram chat t.me/TradeConnectVVS. By the way, if you haven't joined, now is a fantastic time to join. I'm planning on adding even more signals, and hopefully they'll be just as good as these ones. So on the screen here, I have every single trade that I've given out on the Telegram. And as you can see, I don't give out that many different signals. In the month of March so far, or not so far, but we've only had 5 different trades given out, and 2 of them actually didn't hit even the entry. So I give out conditions on some trades. Sometimes if I say, if as long as this doesn't happen, then it's good. So I'll always give a condition like that. So those ones that didn't even trade, those ones don't count. But I want to list all the trades on here just for transparency's sake. So in the month of March, we had 3 different sells. 2 of them hit take profit, as you can see here, and they each got $467 per entry and $185 per entry on each of those. And then we also had 1 sell that ended up losing. That one lost $54 per entry. By what losing I mean, is just another word for stop loss. So far in the month of April, on April Fool's Day, we lost $10 per entry. Those are really small stop loss, and I'll get into more details on that one once we look at the other section. And for the trade for this one, we took the trade on April 3rd, but we're actually still in the trade. It actually just hit a partial value. That the take profit is actually even higher, so it hasn't hit the take profit yet. We do have a stop profit instead of a stop loss now, and that we have a partial taken out at $174 per entry, which is why I have that number on the screen. Let's go ahead and look over here and see exactly how much money you actually would have made per entry, and I'm going to break this down a little bit more. So what these numbers at the top here in bold, it's saying if you had a $10,000 account and you're risking 5% per entry, how many entries would you take? You either take 9 entries, 17 entries, 17 or 50, and then I'll touch on that in just a second, or 10. So the amount of entries differs because of the stop loss distance. And if you see in the very top here, when I was clicking on those, you could have seen my exact logic. By the way, at the end of this video, I will show a zoomed out view as well as have this in the description below, the link to this Excel document. So here we can see the total profit based on the amount of entries taken just by multiplying the amount of entries taken by whatever the trade made or lost. For this example here, if you're risking 5% of $10,000, that'd be risking 500. So it always rounds down. Keep in mind, I never want to over leverage. So that's why we would have lost $486 in this example here. In total, on this account type, we would have made either $10,000, $10,500 on the $10,000 account, meaning we would have doubled the account with only 5% risk in less than a single month. This is very conservative risk, and we were able to double the entire account. Really, really cool. Love to see that. And then over here, we have a more aggressive risk. This would be something like 20%. So if you're willing to have a little bit more drawdown on your account, then you do really, really well. You make either $43,000, essentially multiplying your account by more than 4 or almost even 5x on account within the month. And then we fortunately didn't have any 2 losses in a row. So therefore, the actual maximum drawdown we would have had is less than 40, because you can double it because we never had 2 losses in a row, and it's risking 20% on each one. So it'd be definitely less than 40, probably closer to 30 at the most maximum equity drawdown on this type of account here. Moving on to this one over here. The reason why I have these 2 over here is these are actually the ones that I'm doing for the challenge that I'm in right now. I actually just completed all the requirements for 2 separate accounts. So I have them on an individual account. Each account's $10,000, but I had 2 of them, so I also included this one. They have a rule that you can't risk more than 5% per day. So I just had 5% per trade. I think that's pretty fair to say. In reality, I actually do not take these size of lots. I actually tend to use 1% risk on account, but I do want to show what the maximum I could have made on these particular trades. So of course, these numbers are very, very large. In the first trade, we almost double the account value, for example. And then over here, we end up we do in fact double the account value in March, which is really cool for even just 5% risk. We're able to do that for any size account, of course, because it's relative to percentage base. And the reason why I have 70% down here, these are the 70% of this number, the grand total so far. So what this basically is saying is that I get to keep 70% of whatever I make with these profits. So theoretically, these are the most I would be able to make with either a single account or a double account with this the way that the funding works with the account that I am going for. Now, these are the amounts, the theoretical highs that I would be able to take home. However, of course, I actually risk a little less than 5%. So maybe take about even as small as 1/5 of these if you actually want to be realistic about it. I just want to break down all the numbers. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me zoom out just so we can see the whole thing all at once. There we go. And again, just a second reminder, please join the Telegram if you haven't already. You're missing out on a lot. You know, even if you have a smaller account like 10,000, would have been able to double your account with just 5% risk had you joined my Trade Connect. So please keep that in mind. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.